Hi guys, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to another video on my channel today. Today in this episode, guys, I thought it might be a good idea to put out another Star Wars video, as a matter of fact, because I've been doing a lot of Star Wars here on the channel lately, as a matter of fact. And so, in today's video, I actually thought it would be a good idea to give you guys my top 5 picks. There's a glare in there, guys. Here, let me turn off. Yeah, that still isn't help, but oh well, we'll just have to do with it. But yeah, I'm gonna be giving you guys my top 5 things that I want to see them do with the Star Wars universe next, as a matter of fact. And yes, let me know down in the comment section, guys, what do you want them to do next with the Star Wars universe? And if you guys are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and physical media related content. I also do Lego related stuff, and I play video games. I do all sorts of stuff like that here on the channel. So if you guys like to... So yeah, guys, be sure... So if you'd like to watch anything like that on the channel, be sure you hit that like button as well as that red subscribe button. But most importantly, make sure you press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And I apologize for the stuttering right there, guys. I do it a lot, so bear with me, as a matter of fact. But enjoy the video. Let's get started now. Alright, guys, sorry about that. Something fell over and I had to fix it, as a matter of fact. Okay. So, getting into to my first for my number 5 pick with what I want them to do with the Star Wars universe next is going to be, I want to see where Grogu's story goes after The Mandalorian, as a matter of fact. So with the Mandalorian, we all know that basically the iconic we basically all know that Grogu is an icon of the Mandalorian, as a matter of fact. And in the Book of Boba Fett, we get a little taste of where Grogu could go next. Like, if he chose the lightsaber, he would be the first student in Luke's academy. But if he chose the armor, he would go back with the Mandalorian. But he chose the Mandalorian armor, so he stayed with the Mandalorian, and that's why Grogu was back in season 3. So another idea is, but another suggestion would be that we're supposed to be getting a movie 15 years after the Rise of Skywalker, so we get to see Rey build a new Jedi Order. And I actually heard a suggestion somewhere that Grogu could be like one of her first students in the Jedi Academy that she's trying to rebuild and recreate, as a matter of fact. So yes, I think if we saw more of Grogu after the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, that'd be a pretty good idea. And basically, I actually kind of think it would be a good idea to have Grogu in that movie somehow, for him to be a student in Rey's academy. And yes, it'd just be a good idea, in my opinion, as a matter of fact. So yes. But at number 4, my 4th pick is I want to see an origin story. I want to see Darth Maul's origin story. I want to see like Darth Maul's full backstory on where he came from, as a matter of fact. And we don't know nothing about where Darth Maul came from, or where he came, or how he became a Sith initially. But he's not a Sith Lord because he's still an apprentice to Palpatine. But we still don't know anything about where Darth Maul came from, who he actually is, or how he became a Sith in the first place. So yes, he's like one of those big main Star Wars characters that we know nothing about where he came from or how he got to where he was, as a matter of fact. So yeah, that's just another big thing we should learn about, as a matter of fact. Same thing with my number 5 pick. I meant my number 3 pick. Excuse me. At number 3, I have an origin story for General Grievous, as a matter of fact. And with this movie in particular, I want to see this a little bit more than Darth Maul, because General Grievous is a cyborg, and some people actually predict that he's not a cyborg. He's a full-on droid, but he was a human before, and then he suddenly became a droid. And with that in mind, I actually kind of want to see if he was a human before. And General Grievous is another one of these big main bad guys that we don't know anything about where he came from at all whatsoever. And yes, to be honest, yes, I would want to see an origin story with General Grievous. And I don't know why we haven't gotten an origin story on General Grievous or Darth Maul yet, but I do kind of think it would be a good idea, especially because there's fans of both of those characters, and there's big fans of the prequels, and we don't know where either of the two of them came from. So in my personal opinion, it would be a good idea to do a TV show or something about these characters and where they came from and their whole story leading up to their appearance in the prequel trilogy, as a matter of fact. Personally, I think that would be a good idea as well. Count Dooku is not on this list, even though some of you guys might think that Count Dooku would also deserve like a origin story show or something, as a matter of fact, but I didn't put that on the list because we basically don't really need like a backstory about Count Dooku, because we kind of already know his whole stick, because he was a Jedi, and I think he was a Jedi Master, but then eventually he fell to Palpatine and became a Sith Lord. So that was his whole story, and they literally explain that all in Attack of the Clones. But with Darth Maul and General Grievous, they never explain any of their background information, and I kind of feel like they should explain their background information somehow. That's just my personal opinion and what I want to see, as a matter of fact. At number 2 now, my runner-up is I want to see Qui-Gon Jinn's whole story before he became a Jedi Master. So with Qui-Gon, as a matter of fact, we kind of got a taste of like his Padawan days in Tales of the Jedi, but they never really actually explained what happened to him. They never really explained like his adventures and the battles that he went through as like a young Jedi before he became a master. They didn't really explain that much at all whatsoever. But what I do know is that there's books that take place before the prequel trilogy. So yes, there is a couple of Star Wars books that take place before the Phantom Menace, and one of them explains Qui-Gon Jinn's story, and he falls in love with a girl, and she ends up getting killed somehow. So basically, with that, he had a former lover, and to be honest, I kind of want to explore that story, his whole story leading up to the Phantom Menace, his whole story leading up to becoming a Jedi Master, and I kind of want to meet this lover of his and like all the wars and missions that he went through, as a matter of fact. So yeah, guys, I kind of want to see that with Qui-Gon Jinn as well, and Liam Neeson probably would not be playing him, depending on like how far back they go with him, but I doubt Liam Neeson will play him if they ever do something like that. But they'll probably get somebody younger that's just as good as Liam Neeson, though, as a matter of fact. All right, so wrapping up the list, my number one pick is this is something very specific. Sorry, guys, that's a hard word to pronounce. That I want them to do. And I want to see, the one thing I want to see more than anything else with Star Wars right now is a Chronicles of Yoda show. So my dad was thinking, I wonder if they were to ever do a Chronicles of Yoda show, to like see him as like a young Jedi before he even became the Grand Master. And I said to him, and I'm all like, that's actually a pretty good idea. And to be honest, I really want to see Yoda as a young Jedi. And to be honest, I think it would be fun. I would think it would kind of be fun to like see him in like his Padawan days before he even became the person that he is, and then building it up to when he became like a Jedi Knight, and then a Master, and then eventually becoming like the Grand Master. I really want to see that with Yoda. I want to see Yoda's whole backstory on who he was originally and how he became a Jedi. That's I really want to see them do that with the Yoda character. And also, Yoda's home world is unknown. So we don't know where Yoda came from, and we don't know like his home world like at all. So I think if they were to do some kind of show like that, they could also explain that. And then, since we kind of know that Grogu is the same species as Yoda, that would probably also tell us where Grogu's home world is as well. And yes, this had to be number one for me, guys, because if you guys have followed me for any determined amount of time on the channel, you guys already know that I'm a big Star Wars fan, and Yoda is my favorite Star Wars character ever. And I would love to see like an origin story for like Yoda, like actually see him as like a young Jedi, and maybe we'll even get some information on where Yoda came from and like his home world, as a matter of fact. And yes, I definitely want to see this more than anything in Star Wars right now. So there you have it, guys. Those are my top 5 picks on what I want to see next. What I want them to see them do next with Star Wars, as a matter of fact. So let me know down in the comment section, guys, what do you want them to do next with Star Wars, as a matter of fact. And if they ever do Lego sets for a show like this, I would die for it. And if they did Funko Pops, I would also die for it, as a matter of fact. But without any further ado, guys, that's going to wrap up this video, as a matter of fact. Be sure you hit that like button as well as that red subscribe button, but most importantly, make sure you press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. But with all that said, though, guys, I'm going to go get bringing you back to more videos because more videos are on the way sooner rather than later, as a matter of fact, guys. But with that said, though, guys, take care, drink water, and stay safe, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye.